To avoid getting cancer, doctors usually tell you to do a whole plethora of things. Stuff like wear sunscreen, don't smoke cigarettes, and whatever you do not involve yourself in small YouTuber drama. We're gonna be breaking that last one today, because small YouTuber drama, while being a cesspit of complicated timelines, relationships, and really just boring videos, at the end of the tunnel, there is always a very meaningful lesson that you can learn from it. The Woken drama is no different. You see, this drama is pretty relevant to me in particular, because me and Woken have a lot in common. Both of our recent attempts at commentary started the exact same day, both of our channels were popularized by bigger creators, and most importantly, both of us have a crippling hentai addiction.
I am addicted to anime girls, anime thighs, anime pussy, anime fucking everything. I cannot go a day without.
Today I present to you a cautionary tale of mental health, criticism, jealousy, and a reason why you should listen to your doctors. With most YouTubers you see online today, that channel that they're currently on was not their first go at things. For example, look at me now compared to me back in 2016.
Hello, V6 here, and today for you, Overwatch.
You're gay, you're Jewish, and cringe, and you're not even funny.
Woken had a much more respectable beginning than me, however, because his career started in commentary with the name Just Pine. The Just Pine channel, at a glance, was very similar to the modern Woken, with gameplay commentary as the main visual format. However, contrary to popular belief, not all gameplay commentary is the same, and following that logic, there is a difference between Just Pine and Woken, and that is their focus. The Just Pine channel was really just a buffet of all types of commentary, with anything from videos exposing the dark side of a YouTuber to commentary news like Tipster. There's some other stuff I can go over about this chapter, such as him doing a lot to try to get Memulus to shout him out, which never happened obviously, but I don't want to dwell on this chapter for too long, because everything's about to get interesting. The first ever Woken video was released on January 4th, 2020, with a new style to match the new name change. This style, as he's said plenty of times, revolves around him saying and doing whatever the fuck he wants. Whatever the fuck he wants obviously means stuff like this.
This is a story pretty much how I first, saw my dick.
He ended up making a video about the YouTuber Cyrus, which got the attention of the guy, so Cyrus shouted him out. This shout out garnished him 2,000 subscribers, essentially overnight. However, what at the time might have been a cause for celebration soon would spur his rapid decline. On February 28th, the channel Ninja Memer X made a video called Woken, Commentary Buzzkill. This video centered around criticizing Woken for the little effort he puts into his videos, as well as the lack of originality and style. Now, I've stated in previous videos that I don't really have a hate boner for gameplay commentary that a lot of my peers do, mostly just because people want to watch that quickly made content. It's kinda like fast food. Objectively, the better meal is the turkey that your grandma makes in a warm Thanksgiving evening, but most people just want something in their mouth right there and now. Of course, this means you can't criticize these creators for a lack of effort or originality in their style, which is exactly what Ninja had done. Woken saw the video nearly immediately after its release, and he proceeded to make a response video that same day. He mainly owns up to most of the points made, however, his admittances aren't really that effective. For example, him saying,
"The only reason I do these short videos is because it works for me. It works for me as a content creator, an entertainer, whatever. And I'm pretty sure some of you enjoy my videos. I don't know, you probably fucking hate them, but that's obviously your preference, and that's it."
That's a good one. However, some are just plain weird.
Yeah, I'm a clone, whatever. Every fucking channel on this platform is pretty much a clone.
That was the most coherent part of the video, if you can believe that, because later in the video, he did something that would become a theme for the rest of this video. He weaponized mental health.
I just really want to say this, and I just want to speak to you guys without making a big deal about it. I'm just fucking trying to tear my shit down pretty much without making a big deal about it. But I literally only just came back from having a massive breakdown, because honestly I don't give a fuck. Trying to tear down my self-esteem, I really don't care.
That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself!
It's not a big deal.
So after seeing that all go down, it's hard not to become a doomer on Woken's mental health claims. Whether he knows it or not, he had weaponized mental health in order to cop out of criticism, and he had constructed a direct pipeline for his loyal followers to use and attack Ninja. And now if this was a one-time thing, I'd chalk it up to a mistake. Maybe he just wanted to show a bit of good faith to Ninja by linking his channel, and then his tirade on mental health was just a part of his style of unscripted narration. However, as you're going to soon find out, this wasn't the last time he weaponized it. Now, as was mentioned before, Cyrus had shouted Woken out, and that shout out was the spark that lit up the kindling of the Woken channel. As is, whenever a smaller creator gets a shout out, a lot of people felt that he was undeserving of it, with a lot of smaller creators giving him the cold shoulder. Woken started interacting with people at a higher rung than the people he had associated with before because of that. Now, most people who have talked to Cyrus always say he's a chill and cool guy, and I'll vouch for that. Cyrus, in an attempt to try to give back to the community and build up smaller creators, had promised Woken and another creator, Mason, a collab on his channel. Now Cyrus, as he has been pretty open about, has mental health issues, and around that time a lot of fucked up shit started happening in his personal life, which obviously negatively affected his mental health. For a person like Woken, who had used mental health as a reason to not work on improving his content, he of all people should be with Cyrus. Of course not. Woken had started to shit-talk Cyrus a lot. To try and explain things, as well as to apologize to them and the public, he made the infamous twit longer. The following day, they had all agreed to bury the hatchet and continue to how things were beforehand. Well, only for 2 weeks, when Woken decided to make a video. The Commentary Community is Corrupt was released on June 4th, 2020 on the Woken channel to a less than favorable response. In the video, he goes through his experience in the Commentary Community as well as his relationship with Cyrus, and that Cyrus portion of the video is what we'll be focusing on. So as he stated in the video, the main goal of it was to show
the truth, you know, because that's what I do.
However, this video ends up being this pathetic mess of him trying to paint Cyrus as a Jeffrey Epstein level of manipulator.
Because a lot of these big people that are up there are so corrupt. They have some dark sides to them. There are some real bad people behind the whole persona that they portray on their YouTube channels. It's honestly insane. And the example of this is the whole Cyrus situation.
So let's go through the points.
Pretty much Cyrus promised me and Mason a collab, and every month he pretty much brought this up. From the start he told us, yeah, I'm going to get you on a video, I'm going to do a collab with you, I'm going to do all this stuff. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He didn't do it. He's mentioned it so many times, but he never follows through. He says, my mental health is getting in the way. Fair enough. I respect that.
So far, it's good. You know, he acknowledges that mental health is a reason for not being able to do something, so what happened to spur him to make the video?
We give him time for months on end. We never see any change. And what annoys me is that the fact I would respect him by him saying, I'm not going to do the collab with you because such and such and such, then I would respect that. I would be like, yeah, you're a nice, genuine guy. Thank you, but no.
Oh, so they gave him time and he still wasn't able to do it because he was dealing with personal issues that they all know the full details of. But for some reason he thinks Cyrus is just bullshitting to not give him a shout out?
He doesn't have to keep lying. That's what it is at this point. It's just lies and manipulation.
Oh, so Cyrus not putting them on immediately, apologizing, and said he's gonna put them on later is apparently manipulation. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Also, not to just skip over it, but there was also a bit about some e-girl situation in there where he had semi-claimed that Cyrus had done some sketchy shit with a chick, which I'm not going to go into because that's personal and e-girl shit is just plain stupid. However, some fun trivia here. After insinuating that very serious claim, Woken had made a comment saying the e-girl situation wasn't even fucking true at all. So Woken had not only over-sensationalized the situation by not validating Cyrus's mental health, which Woken knew full well about, but he'd also inserted a very serious claim that can destroy a person's life with very shaky evidence at best. And now you may ask, surely Cyrus must have done something to justify this really scummy move Woken had pulled. But not to burst your bubble here, the only thing Cyrus did was put his mental health over his content. Now, if if you've heard of Woken, it's probably from his recent tirade on Twitter. To do a 1-2 summaroo, Woken had started to block a fuck ton of people on Twitter in an attempt to leave the commentary community. After people started getting confused about this, he just decided to deactivate his Twitter entirely. He had done this for the main reason that he just didn't feel welcome in the community. As I stated before, a lot of people were jealous of the growth he had gotten compared to the effort he put into his content, which led to a lot of people making fun of him. Plus the added outrage of that entire Cyrus video, it really damaged his mental health. I think he obviously did the right thing by logging off of social media, but he also did a couple things during that time that really taints a little bit of that goodwill. He had made multiple public statements, telling everyone to go to hell and saying that he should have killed himself back in March. Now I would add my own opinion on that part in particular, but this tweet from the Brit boy himself, Mr. Microwave, explains it best. Woken, either intentionally or not, has used mental health as a way to not only cop out of criticism against his content, but also as a way of attacking those same criticizers. Mental health on the internet should be taken as seriously as possible, as we've learned from people like Etika. But when people use mental health in bad faith, either discounting it entirely because of some predisposed distaste, or using it as a way to back yourself out from some honest criticism, people who have these problems will not be taken seriously. I don't hate Woken, I don't really like him though, from situations that I just spent the past however many minutes detailing, but I can sympathize with him because, again, we have a lot in common. However, just because I can sympathize with him doesn't mean he's exempt from criticism, and his actions ever since he uploaded that video in January have contributed to a toxic culture online, which will only contribute to the further degradation of people who actually need help.
I wanna go where the sunset is now. Can you show me